Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Oh my gosh, has summer gotten off to a really fast start. There was Memorial Day weekend and we were out of town for about 4 days. We came back in town for 2 days. Then my younger sister and her 3 children came to visit for about 5 days. It was just kind of an impromptu visit. And she just left on Tuesday. Today's Thursday. And now my older sister and her 2 children are coming to visit me, and they're going to be staying for about 4 days. So needless to say, my head is just spinning. I cannot even think straight. I'm going to try to make this video as quickly as I can because they are actually about 30 minutes away right now. And so let's go ahead and jump in. Okay, so I'm sure you can tell by the title that this video is going to be about my summer essentials. There are just certain things in the summertime that I cannot live without, and I've realized that here really recently because summer has just begun, and when that happens, we are outdoors spending a lot of time in the sun, and we're at the beach, we're at lakes, rivers, pools, you name it. So let me just go ahead and tell you some of the things that I cannot live without. You probably can't also, and I'd love to hear some of the things that you think that are very essential for your summertime as well, because it might be something that I haven't thought of. So, okay, so the first and most obvious, essential is gonna be your sunscreen. And this is just Banana Boat. It's made for kids. I like to use it as well. I rub my kids down in it, and as well as myself, and I will leave it completely white. I don't care if it has a white cast or anything like that. I just want something that's gonna give me some of the most protection. So I like this Banana Boat. It is UVA, UVB protection. It's a broad spectrum 50. I also like this one, which is broad spectrum 100. So these are usually the ones that we reach for. I will put it all over my face and my body. I'm not too concerned with, needing one specifically formulated for the face, especially if I'm gonna be outdoors for anything that extends past, 10 or 15 minutes. I just want to get the most protection out of my sunscreen. So because I'm really concerned about protecting my skin and not tanning it like I was whenever I was younger, then I always have to have a self-tanner for the summer. That is what I have all over my body right now. I was at the beach all day on Saturday, and although I did apply and reapply, I feel like I still got a little bit of color because I did see some lines, not up top, but I saw some lines on my bottom area. But, and they were really faint. But what you're seeing, if you're seeing like color, is my self-tanner. And this is the one that I'm loving right now. It is the Jergens Natural Glow Wet Skin Moisturizer, and it's a medium to tan. And you're supposed to put it on your skin when your skin is still really damp and wet. So what I do is I get out of the shower and I just blot my skin just a little bit, and then I will put this all over. Now I have to be really careful in the areas where my skin is extra dry or where I have kind of deeper lines. Like in this area right here, I won't even put it on that area. And if I do, I will rub it off with a towel. And still, you don't see, it doesn't look like it looks that big of a difference. It still kind of blends okay. I also take it all off my elbows because otherwise my elbows will be so much darker than the rest of my body and my knees. Those are the 3 places that I really have to focus on removing the self-tanner or not getting too much self-tanner in those areas. Otherwise, they'll just darken and they look terrible. These lines will look so brown and so deep if I leave that self-tanner on. Now, unfortunately, like with most self-tanners, any kind of age spots that you have will start to show up a little bit more. I wish that weren't the case, but I think it's just the nature of the beast, I noticed that I have a couple dark spots that I never ever see on my body when my skin is really pale. I didn't even know that they existed, but whenever I put on the self-tanner, all of a sudden, the color, the pigment is just enhanced there. So I do not put any face tanner on my face ever. I take it right up to my chin, and I just kind of try to use bronzer and darker foundations and stuff like that in order to match my colors. Okay, so because I do use a self-tanner throughout the summer, I have to be really good because I'm going to continue to reapply it over and over, probably week after week. Now, this Jergens Wet Skin self-tanner, it really seems to come off pretty evenly, but just to make sure, and just to make sure that it's not still attached to some of the areas of my body where the skin's a little drier, I always use a loofah pad like this. I love this. It took me a little bit of getting used to because it's very itchy feeling. But it really does get any self-tanner off that doesn't come off with the rest. But like I said, this comes off pretty evenly. I'm pretty surprised about that. A lot of times I've had issues with that in the past, and this seems to come off really well. But just in case, I always have to have one of these because I also like to give my skin a really good scrub down before I reapply a self tanner, just so that it goes on, you know, real evenly. So, okay, so another essential for me in the summer months is a physical exfoliator. In the summer months, I tend to shy away from any chemical exfoliants that have a high concentration, like Retin-A's or high concentrations of glycolic acid. I just know that, you know, unfortunately, and this is kind of sounds a little strange, but when your dead skin piles up, it almost acts like a natural skin protectant. And so I'm just not real, I don't know. I really always lay off my Retin-A's and my glycolic, my high concentrations. I will still use retinols and glycolic acids, but I will use the lower concentrations, the ones that are just over the counter or something like that. And I really prefer to use physical exfoliants. I just know that whenever you're using, you know, high concentrations of Retin-A or glycolic acids, there's a lot of cell turnover and it just leaves your skin a lot more sensitive to the sun. So I just kind of reach for my physical exfoliants over my high concentration chemical exfoliants. Now, if I am going to use a chemical exfoliant, it's going to be something that's really mild. And I really like this one. This is the Retinol Vitamin Enriched Advanced Brightening Mask. And I think I picked this up at Sally's, but I really like it. It's very mild. I'll also use my glycolic acid toners, the one from The Ordinary that's an 8%, and then my other Derma E glycolic toner. I really like to use those in the summer months rather than, like I said, the high concentrations of Retin-A or glycolic acid. So this is just one that I really kind of like to use in order to just kind of just refresh my skin. You know, sometimes I can definitely tell when those dead skin cells are piling up because my lines and my wrinkles look deeper. My skin just looks more dull. And now I still do use Retin-A in the summer months, but I might only use it twice a month just to, you know, remove some dead skin cells and start fresh if I'm feeling really yucky. Now, another moisturizer that I really like to use in these summer months is something like this. And I just picked this up at Marshall's. I think it's TJ Maxx. I always get all those stores confused, but it was $7.99, huge bottle. It's an anti-aging retinol body lotion, and retinol is actually the fourth ingredient in an ingredient list of about 50. Another body lotion that I will reach for is this Olay Total Effect 7-in-1. I love this body lotion. I feel like it's super moisturizing. Both of these are extremely moisturizing. I just think I prefer the ingredients in this more. And like I said, $7.99 at Marshall's. I picked up about 4. I picked up all the ones that were there that day. Now I do want to go back and get some more because I'm just going through this so fast. I just really, really like it, especially for my body. Now also with my face, I'm really, really concerned with moisturization during the summer months because I know I'm going to be out in the sun, I know I'm going to be out in the wind, I know I'm going to be in pools and lakes and water, and I'm just going to keep drying and drying and drying out my skin. So I really try to concentrate on moisturization more than anything. That is when I usually reach for oils, like my coconut oil. I also reach for, I didn't bring it in here, my DIY. Now I literally use and abuse my DIY in the summer months like you would not believe, and I go through it so fast. And my DIY, I will go ahead and put a list of the ingredients in my description box. It's something that I just use every single day, but I really, really bathe in it in the summer months. And it is aloe vera. That's really good for healing and soothing, you know, your skin. So it includes aloe vera gel as the base, and then I put drops of castor oil, squalane oil, argan oil, a little bit of niacinamide, a few drops of niacinamide, and what else? I think there's another, I don't remember. I'm always adding and subtracting certain oils. Sometimes I'll add vitamin E, sometimes I'll add glycerin. I used to put it on kind of as a serum, but then I started to realize because I started adding more and more drops of oil to my DIY, now I have begun putting it on as a last step because I feel like the oils are going to block any type of penetration from any of the other products or ingredients that I'm going to apply afterwards. So instead I put it on last to kind of lock everything in, but I just love it. So I definitely love oils during the summer months. I like to put it all over my skin, my hair, just to help add more and more moisturization to my hair and skin. Now, sticking with hair, I like to use a lot of leave-in conditioners, but I like to use the cream ones because the way that I use them is that I will, if I know I'm going to be outdoors for most part of the day, I'm always going to be throwing up a messy bun. And what I like to do is I like to put this cream kind of leave-in conditioner, and this is Bioterra. I got it at Sally's, and I think it's a knockoff of Biolage. So it's got a very creamy consistency. I don't know why they put it in a squirt bottle. They should just put it in a tub, but I feel like it's probably a little bit more, you know, hygienic this way. But anyway, I like to put it in my dry hair, and then I put my hair up in a bun. It doesn't make it look wet or anything like that. It kind of makes it feel a little bit sticky, but I don't mind that. And I feel like whenever I'm in the heat and I'm in the sun, I'm practically giving myself a, you know, deep conditioning treatment because the heat is just helping, you know, my hair to absorb, you know, all the conditioning ingredients. Okay, so another thing that is a total essential for me during the summer months is a bunch of cheap sunglasses that I don't mind losing, you know, because I'm a loser. No, I'm not a loser. I tend to lose a lot of things all the time. I'm always misplacing things, and so I'm always losing sunglasses at the beach or at the river or wherever we go. I'm just always losing stuff. So none of these were over $20. I think these two were the most expensive. They were $19.99. And I just really love them. The bigger the better for me. Now I really like these because they really cover a lot of my face. I know they're really dirty right now because these are the ones that I wore to the beach, and I clearly did not clean them when I got home. I also like these. These are Guess, and I don't know, I just like this style. I'm sure you can see my ring light and my sunglasses. And then I've got a couple of these. These are not my favorite because they're a little bit hard around the nose, and I'm not crazy about that. I think these were like, I don't know, $10 or something like that. And I think these were $2. So a bunch of sunglasses, cheap ones that I don't mind losing because they can easily be replaced and I'm not gonna feel heartbroken over it. Okay, so another essential that I need for the summer months are flip-flops, different styles, because sometimes I might be getting in the water, sometimes I may not, sometimes I might want something that just looks cute with my bathing suit because I'm just gonna be sitting poolside all day or something like that, you know what I mean? So here are some of the ones that I typically wear. Now these are meant for the river, for the lake. You know, if I know that my feet are gonna be getting in water and I might be stepping on rocks or something like that, I'm gonna wear something like this. Now, if I'm gonna be going to the river, I'm probably gonna be wearing those, I don't know what they're called, river shoes? I think they're called river shoes. But something like this, these are just so cheap. I think I picked them up at either Walgreens or my local grocery store. And you know, they're cute enough, but they're just practical is what they are. Now, if I'm just gonna be hanging out in a bathing suit all day and I want something real comfortable, then I'm gonna choose something like this, something that's either gold or silver. It's a very neutral color. It looks, you know, semi-cute with a bathing suit. It's not too, I don't know, it kind of matches a little bit. So I might wear something like that. Now, another pair that I really like to wear, and these get really used and abused, I've had them for several years and I just keep wearing them year after year, are something like this. And you know, so they're probably gonna be a little dirty. I don't know if they do have a little bit of toe marks or something like that. So I'm gonna go ahead and put my hands through there. But it's gonna be something like this. And these are Guess, and I don't know how much I paid for them. I think maybe $15 or $20. And they're just kind of platformy, or not platformy, what are they called? Wedge. And I just like them. I just think that they're so cute. They go with all my bathing suits. You know, they're white, so obviously they're gonna match with anything, unless, I guess I can even go with a black bathing suit. So I'm gonna wear something like that also. And like I said, these are kind of my favorites. I just like to wear them the most. And then the last pair that I might wear are gonna be something like this. And they're just silver and gold. They're real simple. I'm surprised they don't look worse than they do. They look brand new because I wear them all the time. I mean, I even wear them to the grocery store. But yeah, they've got these little silver and gold straps. And I like to wear these. Again, they're just super, super comfortable. They pretty much go with any bathing suit because they're just silver and gold. And you can also mix and match your jewelry if you're somebody like me who wears jewelry to the beach, because I do. Okay, so another thing that is a total essential for me are hats, because if we're gonna be outdoors for a very long time, I'm gonna wanna keep my face shaded as much as I can because I use Retin-A, because I use all these things to try to help my skin out, you know, year round, then, you know, I don't want to undo everything I've done. So I really try to protect my face a lot. Now this one is for total practicality. And it's when I really want to wear my hair up in a messy bun. I can't wear any of these other hats because it'll look silly. So I will wear a visor like this. And I know, I feel like that kind of ages me a little bit, but it's the only thing that protects my face where I can still wear, you know, one of these big messy buns without looking silly. Another one that I like is just if I'm going to be wearing a lot of solid piece bathing suits or something, this is just a little Calvin Klein hat that I like. Looks like this, gets the job done, keeps my, you know, face shaded. Of course, I'm always going to have some sunglasses on too, so, you know, double protection and some sunblock, but little hat like this. Another hat that I might wear is a big hat like this. And this is great if you're going to be sitting poolside for the day, watching your kids, and you still want to kind of look cute. And I don't know how cute I look in this, but something like that. And then the last hat that I like to wear is going to be something like this. Now I definitely have to work on the lip here. I don't know, I just always throw my hats, you know, on top of each other in my closet on one of the shelves, and they all get bent up, but I'm not. You'll learn really quickly that I really don't care about some things. Some things I really, really care about, and other things I don't, and that's one of them. So anyways, this is just a cute little hat. It doesn't provide as much shade as the other ones, so this might be a when the sun is going down, or, you know, not at all. And then the last essentials that I have for the summer months are cover-ups. So I like to wear something like this, and I'm gonna go ahead, I'll put a picture up or something like that with me wearing it so you can see what it looks like. But I like these types of little cover-ups that are kind of see-through, you know, they leave things to the imagination, but you don't look like you're, you know, dressed for winter at the beach or something like that, you know what I mean? And then this is my other favorite. I love this style. I like this really crocheted kind of look. It's kind of a bohemian, I don't know, kind of a hippie look. I'm not really a hippie, but I definitely love that look. And then I might wear something like this. I'll put up a picture also. And I'm gonna wear that just if I, you know, have on a bathing suit and I need to run into the convenience store or something like that. I'll throw that on top of it. But yeah, so those are all of my essentials. So that is the end of this video. Those are my summer essentials. I really appreciate you watching. I apologize if it seems like I was trying to speed through it. Come and visit me on Instagram. I have been loving Instagram lately. That is where I kind of let my alter ego out. I don't know if it's my alter ego, but it's definitely a different side to me. It's, you know, obviously it's going to be the things that I'm interested in. I use my Facebook for my family stuff, my personal Facebook. Then I use Instagram just to, you know, show different sides of me. Obviously YouTube, I try to be a little bit more poised. I don't know if I pull it off, but on Instagram, you know, no telling what you'll see. I like to do some yoga. I like to do a little bit of a dancing in the mirror sometime. I don't know. I try to be really young at heart. I don't try to be. I just am naturally young at heart. It's really hard for me to act my age sometimes, but I feel like there's certain platforms for certain sides of your personality, and we all have several sides to our personality, you know, and we should all know how to turn it on and off, you know, when it's necessary. And so I definitely know how to do that, but my inner natural me is very silly and very still, I have a very young soul. So just because the outer me doesn't quite match that, I don't ever plan on letting that side of me go. So anyways, come and visit me on Instagram. I would appreciate it. We can have some fun there, and I will see you back here next week.